So we heartily welcome you, all of you, to our Tech Talk here on the ACHEMA 2024. And I'm happy to say that I'm not standing here alone, but I have a colleague here from Siemens, but he will introduce himself in a minute. So stay curious. We wanted to talk about the thing, process and invest security and your added value. So added value, please join. And this added value more or less comes from the long-standing partnership that these two companies have for how long? Will we also tell in a minute?
20 years around.
Yeah, to keep it exciting. But what do we see at the moment on the market is we have rising requirements regarding reliability, availability, and all these things. They need smart answers, and hopefully over the next, I think, 2.5 hours, we need to bring you or to inform you about the news that we have. No, it was only a joke. I think we're going to go through 15 to 20 minutes, and then hopefully you're more informed than before. This is the aim of our talk here. And so, just Ulf from Siemens, give us a short introduction of yourself.
So thank you, Heiko, very much for inviting me here to your booth. The point is that this partnership between Siemens and Bürkert, I just checked the watch. I think I spent more time this ACHEMA here on your booth than on ours, but that's just a fun fact. So yeah, I'm Ulf Kappler, I'm product owner of the ET200 ISP, our automation system in our DCS environment. I'm working in this job here for now almost 4 years, and in the DCS environment, all the hardware stuff that we are doing around our systems, ecosystems, for almost 17 years meanwhile. So that's quite a long time. And I'm combining this experience I've collected over the years with some specialized knowledge about explosion protection topics. So that's also a reason why I'm owning this system, because it's our specialist for explosion protection topics. Yeah, that's some information about me personally. And Siemens for sure is well known here, I assume. So it's a driver for digital industries, for digitalization of industries all over the process automation world, also on other markets. And yeah, we are very happy to have this partnership here with Bürkert and to inform you about what it is about. So what about you, Heiko?
So my name is Heiko Kurz. I'm within Bürkert for 20 years now. Today I'm responsible for the German pharma and biotech sales team. And I think just to give you a few words about Bürkert, we are your partner for everything that deals with gases and fluids. So we call it fluid control systems. And today on the ACHEMA here, we have the slogan that we wanted also to be your partner for sustainable process innovation. So that means that we come along with all these devices and systems and solutions that might optimize your process and make your fluidic life easier. And how it is within old people and old couples. So even if we have 20 years of individual personal experience here, the partnership with Siemens and Bürkert already lasts for 22 years. So this is why old people have to sit down when they talk. So please, Ulf, enjoy your chair, because we have these two examples here on the chair, and we just thought that it's a little bit more comfortable for everyone if we're not dancing around here. So if we sit and you can calm down. So as we already said, Ulf, there are a lot of market requirements, and we could easily fill up. Some of these guys who are sitting here know this, because we talk to them for 2 or 3 or even more hours without getting boring. So we picked out 3 of the most important requirements that we at the moment see from the market.
And they are the integration, and that's obviously what you can see here on this samples. The integration of the both worlds, of the pneumatic and the automation world. The reliability, which means the long-term availability of the systems, the maintainability of the systems, and the offering of uniform solutions, which means that we can come to the customers and say, we have solutions that we thought about which fit to their applications and answers their questions.
Perfect.
So, Heiko, how can our common customers benefit from this partnership? What do you think?
Yeah, especially if we talk about our first point, the integration. So we as a valve manufacturer, we can provide a completely adapted and common developed system. So that means what we do when we talk about integration is not only that we have hardware that fits to the Siemens system, but if we talk about integration, we talk about hard and software integration. And so we are really able to focus on our core business, the valves, and the automation thing, the more or less software lasting things we give to the guys who are really able to do that. And for us, this is also the chance. We talked about the long lasting integration, that as long as Siemens is providing support, we can also do that. So that's also a big advantage that we have within that integrated systems. And it means, in short, that for our customers, they don't need any additional software, because most of you guys probably deal with Siemens automation systems. You're used to it, you know how to use it, you know the difficulties, the benefits, and so we don't invent the world new, but we stick to that what is already approved, and this works very well. But this is the view from the pneumatic manufacturer, Ulf. What about the automation guys?
Yeah, so it's not a different view. Maybe it's some kind of a bit different perspective. We also see the advantages of the integration and of the pneumatic solutions we can offer. So Siemens already has a great portfolio of I/O technologies that we have in our automation systems. And with these extensions of the valve terminals, we can address really some special applications that our customers need, and therefore extend our portfolio with this. On the other side, our ecosystems with our solution tools we have around our DCS systems also consider these valve islands. Means tools like Comos, for example, can be used to do the planning, engineering of the valve side as well. And that is also a great benefit that we see here, that we can use our integration, our planning systems together with your terminals. At the end, if you just have a look to this samples here on the desk, it's all about the compact design. So we can really have solutions inside a cabinet that are compact, that have small dimensions, and this is a benefit for our customers because we have smaller footprints in the cabinets. We have less interfaces between the separate automation components, which means lower risk of any kind of failures, of mixtures of signals, of communication errors or something. And at the end, it's also an investment topic for the customer, because he really has to spend his money for one automation system and not for another converter, another cabling, another clamp or something else. It's all integrated in one station. And at the end, it's also a topic about the engineering effort, because if you have to engineer just one station, it's half the effort, obviously, than if you have to engineer 2 or maybe 3.
That's a good point. That leads us directly to our second market requirement, reliability and long-term availability for hard and software components. But we wanted just to split up into 2 points. So one point is reliability. If we talk about reliability of components, it's more or less how reliable they are during their process. And I think I will then switch to Ulf also regarding the availability on the market. So one part for us is the functional reliability. So we are as a valve manufacturer, we are able to offer highly automated redundant systems, for example, we can easily integrate, and there we are the only system combination on the market at the moment that is able to offer the combination of fail-safe functionality. So if we have functional safety requirements and, for example, in hazardous areas, also the intrinsically safe functions. So this is a kind of, or this is the point that makes these combinations really unique. And as I already mentioned, and this is the big advantage that we see within Bürkert in the partnership with Siemens, because we can offer highly redundant interfaces for our valve islands. But functional reliability typically comes also along with process security.
Yeah, right. And to be reliable means really for our customers that if they spend their money for any kind of automation or any kind of solution, that they can be sure that this investment is protected over the next years, decades, and their plans, their operation is insured. And we are addressing this request with a so-called dual DCS strategy, which means on the one side we are offering our PCS7 system with long time availability up to 2040. On the other side, we are offering our new DCS system, PCS Neo. And we are doing this all based on the same hardware platform. And Bürkert valves, with what we've told you so far, with this seamless integration, are now part, or are since many years, part of this hardware platform. And therefore, we can be reliable to our customers if they say, okay, we chose one of the systems, we go the PCS7 or we go the PCS Neo way, and we can be sure that in years and years and years, these systems will be maintained, will be available, and our installations can keep running and can be maintained and updated and so on. So that's the other important part of this reliable thing, to say we combine these worlds. We are there as a big manufacturer of automation systems, and we will be there in the future for your needs and for your questions. Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, third point. So we can offer what Ulf already mentioned in the beginning, in the introduction. We can offer uniform solutions for different applications on the end user side. So that means it doesn't matter, for example, if we have a pharmaceutical company or an API production, we can see a mixture of requirements for such systems. So one part of the systems, probably within the WFI production, there are no requirements for hazardous locations. And on the other side, perhaps in the end or on the more chemical part, we have these requirements for hazardous locations, for cabinet building and stuff like that. And so we have the possibility, due to the, let me say, due to the marriage with the Siemens guys, that we are able to offer solutions for all these areas. And solutions for all these areas means it's all available today with Profinet. So it's a common architecture through all of these parts in the plants. And it's also for the guys who do the engineering. They are used to it. It doesn't matter if they make the engineering for a ET200 ISP or an SPHA. So this is really a common thing that goes through non-hazardous and hazardous locations, and you can get these solutions all out of one hand. Or do you see any more advantages that we can offer?
Yeah, so if you just look over to this model here we have, that's more or less the example of the uniform solution. So really, it independent of if you are doing this for zone 1 or 2, or independent if you choose one or the other Siemens or Bürkert component, it looks more or less the same in this solution. And therefore, we can really choose one of the fitting components out of the both portfolios, install it in such cabinet solutions, make it perfectly fitting for the customers. And I think that's really a good thing, so that we can really say, okay, we go with this solution for every kind of application. We have the portfolios to adapt it to the customer needs. And I think that's a good thing, or isn't it?
Yeah, it is, definitively. But last but not least, as Ulf already mentioned, and we have the exhibit over there also, you see these two guys who are really excited about our cabinet over there. Okay, it really looks nice. So we invite you to go over there, just have a look inside and ask your questions if you have some. But what I wanted to mention is that also these cabinet systems, also this cabinet business goes from a absolutely easy standard up to individually completely engineered systems. And this is also what makes the partnership strong, because we often work also together in projects if it goes beyond the standards, because we can then also do the engineering for these systems. We have the certificates for the cabinet building and stuff like that. So I think it's the time also for the end users, where we still see a lot of single-wired, big old cabinet, 30 years old, 35 years old, but no longer really up to date. So it's time to really kick these things out and make it in a way like the example that we have over there. So this is from standard to individual systems. It's easy if you go along with us too, I think.
And maybe to add this, it also stops not at our position as manufacturers, or we also include solution partners to this, which is another advantage. So at the end, really, we can answer the requirements of the customers individually, from complete solutions installed on their side to single components that can be integrated and combined by the customers. So that's really a great range of solutions we offer here.
Yeah, for sure. And you can be sure that we assure, due to that long-lasting partnership, that all these solutions will be available until we both guys will retire. So
I'm not aware about your plans, but
it will take a while. So I think with these words we can just come to an end. We are absolutely perfect in time. So thanks a lot, Ulf, for joining us here. And for all of you, I just invite you, have a cup of coffee or grab a water or whatever you like. Or if you come back at 4, the cocktail bar will open. So we also invite you afterwards. Thanks for joining us here. And we're happy to have further discussions with you. And thank you, Ulf, for coming here.
Yep, thank you for inviting me. So maybe I can add also this. We had a meeting yesterday on our booth. So I think using the ACHEMA for just showing this partnership to the customers, to the world, is a great thing we did. And therefore, thank you very much for having me here. And yeah, I enjoyed it very much. So let's see how we can really further proceed on this and how we can develop this. I think it's a great thing.
Thanks, and thank you. Bye.